Om Namah Shivaya. Episode 34, Chapter 8, verses 8 and 9. How Jnanis gain moksha and what happens when they die. Verse 8 tells us that as Jnanis we contemplate upon the knowledge of Brahman as ourselves. First, with a mind that is endowed with the practice of yoga. Abhyasa yoga yuktena chetasa. Number 2, with a mind that does not go astray to anything else. Na anya gamina. Only a chosen object is allowed to occupy the mind, and anything else is dismissed as it arises. And there is always a possibility of the mind going astray, but we bring it back easily because even in that distraction, we see Brahman. Number 3, by contemplating upon the words of the Shastra, Anuchintayan, that Brahman is the only truth and we are that truth. And number 4, contemplating in this manner, we identify ourselves with that limitless self-effulgent Purusha, Paramam Divyam Purusha. Verse 9 tells us that as Jnanis, the nature of the Purusha we contemplated upon and came to recognize as ourselves are, number 1, Kavim, omniscient, all-knowing, the one who knows the past, the present, and the future. And as Jnanis, we do not regret our past. We live in this present moment doing our duties without fear of the future. Number 2, Purana, ancient, eternal. Brahman existed before this creation, Brahman exists now and will continue to exist even when the creation gets dissolved. And as Jnanis, we do not identify ourselves with this body, mind, senses, but with Satchit Ananda Atma. Number 3, Anusastitaram, the one who rules the entire creation. Ishvara is the law of Dharma and all the sub-divine laws that are governing this universe. And as Jnanis, we abide to all these laws. Number 4, Anor Aniyamsam, the one who is subtler than the subtlest thought that we can ever think of. And as Jnanis, we ensure that our subtlest thought is righteous. Number 5, Sarvasya Datara, the one who ordains the entire creation, who is the law of karma, the giver of the fruits of our action. And as Jnanis, we accept our destiny as Ishvara's prasadam and continue doing our duties. Number 6, Achintya Rupam, one whose form cannot be thought of by our mind because the Swarupa is Chaitanya, pure consciousness. Number 7, Aditya Varanam, that which illumines everything. And as Jnanis, we see this entire creation as a play of consciousness, unaffected by the pairs of opposites, like birth and death, pain and pleasure, gain and loss, etc. And number 8, tamasa parastat, that illumines both knowledge and ignorance, both light and darkness. By contemplating in this manner, here anusmarat, we see ourselves in oneness with Ishvara, with Brahman. We are that one limitless self-effulgent Purusha, Paramam Divyam Purusha. We are not this body-mind senses. By contemplating in this manner and recognizing ourselves as Brahman, no result is produced because we have always been Satchit Ananda Atma. It is an accomplishment of an accomplished fact, Siddha Vishaya, that Atma is Brahman. Now we are Jivan Muktas. All our Sanchita and Agamic karmas gets destroyed, and we continue doing our Prarabdha karma. And when our Prarabdha karmas gets fully exhausted, we drop our body and become one with Brahman. There is no travel or rebirth for a Jivan Mukta because we don't have a causal body. We have no karmas to resolve. Now let us chant this chant to recognize who we truly are. Om Kavim Puranam Anusastitara Manoraniyam Samanusmaretya Sarvasya Dataram Achintya Rupa Moditya Varanam Tamasa Parastat. Om. At verse 9, we shall take a break, and next we are going to see how yogis and meditators exited from their body at death and what happens after that. So till then, Om Namah Shivaya.